Hello everyone, Broheen here from the Gamer Emporium channel, bringing you another Mage guide. We're going to take a look at Warlock tonight. So, take a look at the spec. 61 Warlock, 9 Necro, 6 Harbinger. In the Necro tree, put it 5 in Death's Ally, 2 in Fresh Graves, 2 in Flesh Rot. Harbinger tree, do 5 in Eldritch Knowledge, and 1 in Blazing Light. Warlock tree, that's self-explanatory, fill it up. Take a look at the macros real fast here. You have your standard spam. This is what you should be doing when you have nothing better to do, and I'll explain that later. So I'll put these in the description like I usually do, so you can copy and paste them out of there, so I'm not going to waste more time in the video. I'll just touch on a couple things of why they're in there. Let's quick go through them. So we have a spam, we have our intro macro, I guess, for the way we start off every combat. We have our switching macro, which again I'll explain later, and our refreshing macro. There's also a proc macro that you can have, but I just put consuming agony on itself. When you get your consuming agony or opportunity proc, hit consuming agony. If consuming agony is on cooldown, obviously you can't cast it on the proc, so then just keep doing your spam and a void bolt will go out instead. So alright, into rotation. Buffs that you're going to use. You will be using Warlock Armor, Neddra's Might, Lightning Blade, a Warlock Crystal if you have it, and a DPS Trinket also if you have it. We are going to use a pet for this fight because we can use Desecrate every 20 seconds if you have 5 stacks of Deathly Calling. Rest of this bar is just gibberish. I watch conflux over here just to know when it's going to come off cooldown. It seems to help quite a bit. Empowered Darkness and Sacrifice Life Damage are both there just to watch when they're going to come off cooldown, as well as Contaminate on the bar with my Shift F hotkey, so that way I can turn it on when both of these are on cooldown. Sometimes you have about a 15-second window when there's no damage increase buff up, so it's good to have something else there instead. The rotation goes, put up 6 of your dots first. The 7th being Deathstalker is macroed in with the spam. So when your enemy is at 50% or below, you get Deathstalker as a dot, and it'll automatically refresh itself when you're using the spam. So you don't have to worry about applying that 7th dot. You just have to worry about refreshing the 6 that you put up. Actually refreshing the 5 that you put up, and manually refreshing Blazing Light. So the rotation goes as follows. Start off with a Life Leech. This one has Empowered Darkness macroed in it, so if you have enough charge, which I actually don't at the moment, so I'm going to build some up here. It'll put up Empowered Darkness, which is a 40% increase, and then cast Life Leech, put up Defile, put up Atrophy, Dark Touch, Necrosis, and Blazing Light. Use them in that order. It seems to work out the best. Once you have all 6 of those up, you want to start hitting your refresher, which is going to have also Empowered Darkness in it, just in case it didn't go off when you first started combat. By then you should have enough charge to put it up. So you hit it once, it'll put up Empowered Darkness. Hit it again, it'll put up Conflux, which is going to add extra DPS because it'll add stacks to yourself, and it'll apply those stacks for 3,300 to 3,600 death damage every time a new dot is applied. Now this is nice because once you have conflux stacks on yourself and you hit your refresher, it's going to refresh all 5 of the death, or the warlock buffs, or dots I should say. It'll refresh all 5 of the warlock dots, consume 5 of those stacks, and it'll do roughly 15 to 20k damage. So once that's all done and over with, spam away. Every now and then you'll have to switch. Like if you want to switch, if I got my dots on this target and I have to switch to this target, you can target this one with the dots on it, hit your switch, it'll pick up all the dots off of them. You can click here, and the way I have it set over with mouse over, all you would have to do is just mouse over it and click the button again, and it'll apply all those same dots at full timers to the new target. And you can do that, I think, every 5 seconds you can switch them, so not really too big of a deal. Main thing is you watch all of your dots. Necrosis will be your timer. You'll see that on the buff bar, or the debuffs under your enemy here. Once necrosis is at either 5 or 3%, if you want to push your luck at 1 second left, so it's at 5, 3, or 1 second, that's when you want to refresh the dots. These dots tick on off numbers on the timer, so if you do it on an odd number, it'll actually double tick, so you'll actually double dot. It's a slight increase in DPS. It's not much, but every little bit seems to help at this point in time. So every time you get your proc, hit your consuming agony. I'm just going to make sure that my reactives, I don't think I need to actually see that. Sorry about this, guys. Should have been a little more prepared. Good enough for me. So right up here you'll see the proc come up. You just hit your consuming agony. If that's on cooldown, then you keep spamming and a void bolt will go out instead. So I'm going to quick give you a little tour here. So we are full charge because I just casted Devouring Shadows on myself, not hitting anything, just to gain charge. We have our pet up, and he will start attacking as soon as I do. Once you have 5 stacks of Deathly Calling, make sure you hit Desecrate on top of everything else that you're doing in this spec. So start off in Power Darkness, get all my dots up. And we refresh. Make sure you manually refresh Blazing Light and hit that proc. Now we have nothing better to do, so we're just going to hit spam. We're going to go for 1 second here. There's a double dot. Pretty cool, huh? Always make sure you manually refresh Blazing Light before it drops off. Necrosis at 3 seconds, so we're going to refresh again and reapply Blazing Light. Now you have our little window here. These two are both on cooldown, so we're going to throw up Contaminate. And that's how it's more or less done. Now, I don't know why my meter is retarded. But we'll run for a little bit here. Set opportunity so you can keep spamming because Consuming Agony was on cooldown. This is pretty much it, so those double dots. And again, the reason why I have Empowered Darkness in the macro and sacrifice life damage in the macro is just so that way something is up all the time. It seemed to cause some issues putting Contaminate in it, so that's why I chose not to use Contaminate. We're just going to go for a little bit longer here, just because I want to get to about 1 minute and 30 seconds, just to show you what the DPS is like. And this spec is hard, guys. If you're gonna play this spec, don't expect to get good at it overnight. Don't expect to get good at it in 5 minutes, because honestly, you won't. I don't care who you are, you're gonna have to spend some time in front of the practice dummies here. No ifs, ands, or buts. This spec is hard, so just have patience. And you know, I hope you guys can do some damage. Now again, what you're not seeing here is Death's Door. If I were able to cast Death's Door, that number 15.1k would actually be about 2 to 3k DPS higher, at least, at the very minimum. So yeah, it kind of sucks, but you guys will see once you try it, once you get the hang of it. So that's all I'm going to show you. 2 minutes doing 15k on a raid boss practice dummy. Fortunately, I'm sorry the video took a little bit longer than what I wanted to, but this spec has a lot to go over and it is very difficult. So, but once you get the hang of it, it's really easy. And like I said, this is simplified so that way you don't have to watch so many things all at the same time. The real way to do it to maximize DPS is to cut most of the macros down, do everything, you know, at the proper timing, and this is the best way I could find to do it, just to kind of show you guys what it's about. So if you have any questions at all, or concerns, whatever it may be, feel free to leave a comment. Let me know if there's something I can do better. I realize this isn't the best way to do it, but it's a good starter for those of you that want to learn. So hit the like button. Make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, because I smell 1,000 plat giveaways coming up in the future, so we need more subscribers. On that note, have an awesome night, guys. Thanks for watching.